Okay, so we can get started. I'm so thrilled. The first question is, I want to know about your summit, and you can just tell everybody the name of it and what inspired you to create the summit.
Right. All right. And probably there'll be a little bit of my story in there. I can tell you all. The summit's name is Leading Your Wellness Business Vision. Okay. It's about leading your vision. It happens to be for wellness entrepreneurs because I have a particular commitment to wellness business owners. They're the people out there that are keeping us well. And if they don't have successful businesses, they're not going to be around to keep us well. So I'm invested in helping wellness business owners, wellness entrepreneurs, wellness coaches, and anybody. Frankly, I think everybody is in the wellness business, right? Everybody's business. If you can't identify where your business is all about the wellness of your clients, the well-being of your clients, then we could talk about that. But all businesses, hairstyling, fashion, everything is about, for me, personal self-expression. So that's where I got started with it. Now, you mentioned that I have a history in health and wellness. I had a whole career as a nurse, ending as a nurse practitioner for many years. I'm retired from that now. But in the middle of it, I had a 10, 12-year stint in a manufacturing, specialty engineering and manufacturing business. And that was so exciting to me. I learned so much about business. We built to over 14 million a year in annual revenues, 3 years running, right?
Nice.
And yeah, it was great. It was great. And I fell in love with business. I fell in love with accounting. It's as fascinating to me as human physiology. I fell in love with sales. I couldn't believe it. But it was probably because I came at sales from a customer service side, right? I was always picking up pieces here and there. And then that really helped me understand how to front end a sale. So the summit is for leading your vision, leading your business vision. And there are some speakers who are just awesome. It isn't really about the nuts and bolts of running your business, which is what I teach day in and day out to people about how to have profitable businesses that are sustainable. But there's also a lot of people around a business that you benefit from knowing about and benefit from having relationships with. So I'm pulling those people together because it's fun and it's very interesting. And that's how I got to this summit.
Okay, that's awesome. Of course,
So,
right? That's okay. Hey, whatever works. This is just us being real imperfect people, which
that's right.
I
And that's
certainly am.
That's part of what we need to find out about business, is that it isn't the corporate suits way that we've thought about business. Today, business is very different. And a lot of people, you know, in order to really take care of our money and be wealthy, we're not going to get that from a job at a regular company. We might get it along with that regular job, but
yeah, and I think since COVID, we've had a lot of changes and people are more open to doing business in a different way now. So thank goodness for that, because we get to be more creative and figure out different ways to build connections with people. And with this AI thing, we have to just, you know, ebb and flow with the way things are moving and still keep our sanity. And I just think it's better, though. I kind of love it. So, okay, so let's hear a little bit more about the summit.
Yeah, I'd like to tell you a little bit about my speakers.
Yes. Okay.
So I'll start out with, for everybody who is here on the live, Miss Nicole with a K here is one of my speakers. She is speaking on AI and AI in your everyday life as well as in your business. It's fascinating. She is definitely going to be an interview that you're going to want to hear about. But I just want to say thanks, Nicole, for having me on. Thanks for supporting me. You know, thanks for being fun in the middle of my day.
Yay, good.
Yeah. So the speakers, there's 14 speakers, a few of whom are wellness experts in their own right, but they have different take on how they've brought their talents into the marketplace. And they also have very successful businesses. And so I brought them to be speakers because they inspire you to want to be able to have a business. They make it feel like it's natural to have a business around the things that are your talents. And then there are some other people that are very fascinating. One gentleman is a Zoom room presence expert. His whole thing is in some environments, people know how to be business appropriate, right? But on Zoom calls, we show up all different sorts of ways.
We're eating, we're like
That's right. And so he has a whole set of things to say about being intentional.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's great. Kate McKay is so awesome. I just want to say she is all about expanding into your greatness. And she's a recognized speaker, and she just has this exuberance that makes you want to just really go for your greatness.
I'm excited.
Yeah, Sarah McCrum. Sarah McCrum is fascinating. She has this interesting message about money. She had a download from money saying, I want you to tell everybody that I love you all, basically. She had this download from money telling us that money loves us. And so she wrote a book, Love Money, Money Loves Us. She's coming to us from Croatia. Monique Hom is fascinating. She is totally committed to women having passive income from investing in real estate. So she and her team and her husband have about 1,200 rental units in 8 states now. She has some really great messaging on how to, build passively on the side while you're doing your business and while you're building whatever else that you're putting out there, or just take all your money and put it in real estate, right?
That's awesome.
Masha Blaznik is my friend from Slovenia. So she's coming to us from Slovenia, and she has a particularly important initiative in the world, bringing an empathy-based society. She is about empathy being on one side of the spectrum and violence being on the other side of the spectrum. So she is really about empathy for humans, for the globe, for animals, because it will bring a non-violent society for us. Mark McQuan is a retired financial advisor who is now preaching about how to really have tax protected saving. He has a program called Buy, Borrow, Die. It's not his program. It was actually formed at one of the universities in California. But it's about buying assets and holding those assets and using them as a centerpiece for your financial plan. I don't want to go into too much detail about that because I want people to come to the summit.
I joined the VIP experience, and I always do when I go to summits because you get lifetime access. You usually get access to something like a live Q&A, which I think you are doing.
We are having a live Q&A on Friday morning.
So we can submit questions about the summit interviews that we see, and then you will have time to curate answers for those and then share them with us in the live Q&A.
The summit is 30-minute pre-recorded interviews that will release Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, July 22, 23, 24.
Okay.
And what's neat is all of the speakers brought gifts for the attendees, but there are also some gifts for the VIPs that are extra. There are several speakers who really talk about business, getting online, finding your ideal clients, and Haley Rowe, for instance, really gets you over that fear of bringing your business out into the world. Jamie Gilliland she's an automation specialist, and she really can teach us how to automate our businesses so that we're freed up. Automation becomes our team, a big part of our team. And Jennifer Jenkins and Dr. Summer Nicole are both awesome about brain and neurology health and how to strengthen our neurology, how to build capacity in our neurology, in our nervous system, and how to how to really understand how to heal ourselves. Very,
Cool.
very, very fascinating. So I think that covers just about everybody. Rafi Salazar is a consultant to healthcare businesses. And
Oh,
he has some really, really interesting things to say about being in service and starting from being in service and then building the company around the clients.
I
So
just can't
neat stuff.
wait for your summit. I want it to be here like right now.
I know, it's very exciting. I keep re-listening to the recordings.
Do you?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
wonderful. That's wonderful.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get in and I'll show you some AI tools that can help take some clips from your interviews and then turn them into reels and shorts with captions.
That'll be wonderful.
And everything. Wonderful. And it's all AI, like it finds them.
So let me ask you something that might be interesting. What drew you to being a speaker for my summit?
Well, you told me that you were really impressed with my AI stuff. And you said that basically when people use AI to make their life easier, it then reduces their stress level. So it is optimal for people to use it because it actually makes you healthier. And I thought, wow, that's cool. Cause I was like, how am I going to fit into your summit? I'm into health and wellness and all that, but like none of my stuff that I do for money or my business is around health and wellness. But it actually is, which I thought that was so cute.
That's right. That's right. For instance, real estate agents, they don't necessarily see themselves as wellness people, but think about it.
Yeah.
Where people live is where they grow and where they have their families and where they nurture themselves and they entertain their friends. I mean, that's all about well-being, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Right?
It's so cool. It's just a different perspective on the way to look at things, That's pretty cool. I like it.
We're all in the wellness businesses. All of our businesses are focused on wellness. And if there isn't any evidence of that, I encourage people to go back to their mission statement and find a way to get wellness built in there.
I love that. So I found in my chat GPT where it summarized it for me, and it says, all right, Nicole, it looks like you promised quite a few goodies. I love chat GPT. I love it. And resources in that interview. Here's a breakdown of what you mentioned for the VIPs and general attendees. So I'm not going to give away all of the things because I want you to go watch the interview. But I will say in the VIP promises, I have written a few custom GPTs for chat GPT. And so I will tell you what one of them is I think y'all have seen my pictures that I put on my Facebook. If you know me, they are all AI generated images and I created them with prompts. But when you think about a photo and a professional photo shoot, you've got your photographer, right? And they will tell you, I want you to bring, outfits of like this, and this, and you'll go to different locations. The weather will be a certain way. The lighting will be a certain way, the time of day, right? There's your facial expression. There's your mood. What action are you doing in the photo? So it asks you all those things. And so that's what one of my custom GPTs does. And I could think of several different custom GPTs that I could create around wellness specifically. I mean, there's so much. It's pretty incredible. So that is one of those. One of the ones for all attendees, was my surprise free gift, which remains a surprise, although I do have it. So I like surprises because the way things change so much, especially with AI. So I go and I make things, and then by the time the summit comes or the event happens, there's already updates or something really cool. So if I say what it is and then I go change it, then I can't. I got to stick with the one that's outdated already. So that's kind of why I do that.
It's exciting. I have several different things I know I'm going to have you help me with. So, we all have limiting beliefs, right? And we all need to be in the process, or we all get to be in the process of peeling back the onion on that. But one of the things for me is that I was not a very fun child. I mean, I was probably fun, but I remember being very serious.
Okay.
So now at this point in my life, I've decided, son of a gun, I'm going to go have fun. I'm going to have fun doing all this. So that was one of the things that attracted me to having you on the summit, is that you bring a lot of fun. AI in all of its form. I mean, I have fun just researching things I could have looked up in the Encyclopedia Britannica, but you bring this whole thing of the portraits that you do, your little pixel nuts, so many fun things that, you know, like, I'm really glad to have you on the summit and bringing some fun into all of our lives.
Cool.
It's important. We think we have to be so serious.
It is. And, you know, everybody puts their, you know, tone or whatever. So when you come up with marketing materials or any kind of social media post and you use ChatGPT, people will say, now act as a professional marketer. Like for me, I want you to act as a comedian and make things funny. Like, I think it's so essential. Like, talk about essential. We need to laugh. Like, the more we laugh, the more, well, first of all, we contract our abs, right? So it's good for that.
And it reduces cortisol levels.
Yes, it does all that, and it's just good. And so, and also when your muscles contract, it releases that hope molecule. It's like a antidepressant for our brain. I don't know, like I said, I don't know the names of things, but I study all that in depth, and it's just too complicated, but I just know it's good stuff. And so it's really important to laugh. And I love laughing. I don't know. I love it. I can laugh, and I just think everybody should. I've grown up on photo booth, you know, so with my son, if you've ever had a Mac or an iPad, it has that photo booth app where you stretch your face or squish your face or whatever. And like, we just laugh and be comfortable with, you know, like everyone's so worried about what they look like. Like, I'm not wearing any makeup except for mascara, my crappy eyebrows that I just drew on, and my lipstick. But like, I don't care anymore. I think just because of my age, we just get to the point where I want to look professional and everything, but I also don't want to put toxins on my skin and all that stuff. So I use my little Remon skincare, and it makes my face have the glow, you know, the K beauty and all that. And I love it. And it's just fun. I can laugh, and I don't care if I get wrinkles from smiling and laughing. Like, those are the wrinkles that I want because they show happy life, you know? So yeah. What's the thing you like to do the most that makes you laugh? The most fun?
Interview people with blue hair.
Oh, you're so cute.
You know, I'll say, and not so much to what's my favorite thing, but my siblings and I have lost our parents in the last few years, and they were in their late 80s and late 90s.
Wow.
So we had a wonderful time. Yeah, I hope so. Planning on it. I'm planning on it. That's what all that anti-aging stuff in my quiver is. But we just got together recently to go through a lot of boxes of pictures and things. And we laughed so hard. We giggled. We had tears in our eyes. My sisters got up and did dances that the pictures were of, that they remembered. And it was just wonderful. And so I guess I'd say what's my favorite thing to do is laugh with people that I love about things that we have in common, and like experiences we had that maybe we didn't enjoy as much at the time, but we can really enjoy now.
And kind of like too, seeing the perspective of when you were younger and you were experiencing it to what your siblings saw of that situation and what you think of it now, and how you could have had it all wrong when you were little. I mean, your feelings are going to stay the same, but what really happened might not have been as dramatic as we thought back then.
Exactly. You know, and so that's one of the things I love hearing about some of these speakers who talk about healing childhood trauma, because so much of it is what we made up about the situation. And I'm not talking about complex trauma, but you know, it's very interesting to see what we made up when we were too young to really understand what was going on. Yeah, absolutely. Because when I think about it, I go, oh, wow, we went to Lake Powell every other weekend. I've been water skiing and snow skiing since I was 3. And like, me and my sister always thought we kind of
were neglected a little bit by my dad, who's passed now, but he really did make sure that we went and did all the fun. I mean, he was the have a fun guy. He's European. He's from Croatia. He was born in Zagreb, and when it was Yugoslavia, you know.
I like working with people and consulting with people about their businesses because there's so much to be excited about, and most people are daunted by it. Most people, you know, they think because they haven't talked to anybody who really loves being in business and well, loves the mechanics of it. I've had a lot of big business experience and a lot of small business experience, and it's always very, very important to know where the big risks are. I'm so excited. Please, everybody, come to the summit. You've posted the link.
Yes, I'm posting it right now, so it'll be there.
All right, great. Please come. Please, you know, the cost of the VIP is negligible. It's a business expense. And I personally think I probably, just from doing the interviews, found $2,000, $3,000 worth of value for me in them. So it's, you know, it's a small price and it's a business expense. And if you don't believe that, definitely join VIP and come to the Q&A, and we'll talk about how almost everything in your life can be a business expense, which makes a lot of difference to how you get to live your life.
Yeah, and that is true. So this would be a write-off. You could write this off as a business expense. And also the price goes up once the summit
starts. Once it starts, it goes up.
Between now and the 21st at midnight or something, or whenever it starts.
Sunday midnight, you know, midnight going into Monday.
Okay.
The price will go up.
So it goes up. What is the price?
It's $47.
Okay.
For the first, and then it goes up to $67.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm glad I got in when I did.
I'm glad you did also.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did. Most everybody is signing up for VIP. So.
Good. That's really awesome.
Wait to see
I'm so
there.
excited. This is my first interview of a summit that I have done. And so I'm really excited. I was really quite nervous, but you made it so easy and we just had fun. So
we did. The pre-recorded interviews get released like 9 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Eastern, 11 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Right. So there's 5 on Monday, 5 on Tuesday, and 3 released on Wednesday. Okay. And the recordings are available to everybody for 48 hours. But as a VIP, you get lifetime access to them. So everybody has it for 48 hours. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Take care. Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.